So the last time we left, I told you guys to go and fill in. Please tell us how your maths exam went, Serole. We'd like to know. The last time I said we would start here, so we're going to start here, okay? So we had already filled in our coordinates, right? Oh my gosh, okay, let's do this, actually. Everyone, let's hear what everyone says. Welcome to the new people. Who said they knew? Katleho, it's lovely to see you, Katleho. Everyone who couldn't see, is it better? There we go, got a thumbs up, we're sorted. Okay, we had already filled in some of our coordinates. You guys told me this would be -2, -1, 1. Okay, we don't have a space for 2, so we're just gonna put it there. All right, for all the people who are lost, these are coordinates. We say coordinates are written as the input, semicolon, your output, close brackets. I need it to be written exactly like that, or you will lose marks. Okay, so we had written those, and if those are my x values, then my y values would have to be what? For -2, it's 0. For -1, it's 1. Why did I write the 1? Nobody knows. That's why I didn't have enough space. This is supposed to be 2 and 10. For 2, what's going on? Someone is just like, what's this one doing? 0 and 5 and 10. There we go. For 0, my y coordinate was 2, and for 10, it was 12. So let us find our formula for this, okay? Let's find our formula. So we're obviously going up in ones, +1, +1, okay? So 1 is your multiplier. It's going to be 1 times x. And what do we have to add or subtract to get to our output? Let's try it with the input of -2. So if I say 1 times -2, what do I have to add to get to 0? Has anyone figured it out? I said we were doing this for homework. I wonder if anybody actually did it. Yes, Tabang, we did it a very long time ago. There we go. Paul has figured it out. We have to add 2. So our formula would be x plus 2 is equal to y. So now that we have our formula, tell me what my output for -5 is, please. What is my output for -5 and for +5? Let me know in the chat. Yes, Bokang also. Hi, Chichi. Welcome, welcome. Tell me what my negative, okay, for -5, you would have to say y is equal to, excuse me, y is equal to -5 plus 2, which is indeed -3. And then for +5, what is my output for +5? Hello. Thank you very much. Okay, my formula is x plus 2, that would be 5 plus 2, which is 7. Now, let us fill in our coordinates. What are our coordinates? For the first one, write them properly with my brackets and semicolon. Give me my coordinates for the first one. Theta, I did restart, so I don't think the problem is on my side. Yes, Mpo is on fire today. Mpo didn't come to play today. And Chantal. Woo. Okay, so we have our coordinates for the first one. It is the x coordinates, -5, semicolon, -3, close bracket. Second one, let's hear. See my coordinates for the second one? This table is very narrow. It's very difficult for me to write. Maybe see if I can make it a little bit bigger. Oh, not that big. Okay. So my laptop was like, okay, you want a big table? I'll give you a big table. I can show you now. Okay. My coordinates for the second one is -2 and 0. Third, fourth, fifth. What are my coordinates? Katleho, that's because this is last week's last lesson, okay? You're gonna have to catch up by watching the video. You're lost because this is the last lesson we did. That's why everyone is sort of flying and knows what we're doing. Okay. So -2, this is -1, 1. That's 0 and 2, 5 and 7, and 10 and 12. So this is -1 and 1. I'm going to do the rest of them. 0 and 2, 5 and 7, and 10 and 12. Check yourself. How well did you do? Everyone who was here last week, how well did you do with this table? Did we fill it in properly, or do we see our mistakes? What's important is that we see our mistakes, right? Okay, looks like we did well. Beautiful. Okay, so now for today's lesson, we will be working with plotting points. So this here, we call it a cartesian plane. I know some people call it a coordinate plane. And this is what we use to draw graphs. Okay, now we have a vertical axis, which we call the y-axis. Okay, and the horizontal we call the x-axis. So when you plot a point, right? Let's say I have a point here and I tell you the point is -1 and 4. Right? Remind me again, in my coordinates, which comes first? Is it the X or the Y? Tell me. Is it the X or the Y? It's the X, right? So then -1 would be the X and the 4 would be the Y. So then you're going to go on your X axis and look for -1. There we have -1 over there. Right? Now you're going to go to the y-axis and look for 4. There we have 4 over there. Now you have to look at where do these two meet. So for the y, 4 goes that way. And for the x, -1 goes that way. There is where they meet. And therefore, if I name this point number A, that's where point A is. Do we understand what I am doing? Let me check in. We're obviously going to practice some more, but give me an indication of how we're feeling so far. I only see 1 thumbs up in the reaction. There we go. Yes.
Duane wanted to take a screenshot of the table above this, but I can't remember. Did I see you erase the answers?
No, I think I still have them there. There we go. Okay, Duane, you have a few seconds to do that. While everyone gives me an indication about how we feel about plotting points. Just plotting points. Yes, Chantal, we are. Okay. I see some thumbs up, guys. There's 75 of us in here. I'm expecting way more responses than that. There we go. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Okay. So I'm going to name this point. Oh, they already gave you the answer. Never mind. Okay, I'm going to do a different example. Okay, I'm going to make up a point B, and I'm going to say to you, B is the point for -3. Again, we always start with the X and then the Y coordinates. So the 4, am I going to look for the 4 on the X or the Y axis? Tell me, where am I going to look for 4? On the X or the Y axis? The X axis, okay? Now let's look for 4 on the X axis. Remember? Oh, I forgot to tell you guys something very important. On the left, of my x-axis from 0 are negative numbers, okay? On the right of my x-axis, we have positive numbers. Above my y-axis, like at the top, we have positive numbers. And below, we have negative y values. So then, if we are looking for positive 4, we know we're looking on the right, in the x-axis. So there's my positive 4 there, right? Now tell me, negative 3 for y, is it going to be above or below the 0? The negative 3 for y, is it going to be for y? Guys, this is the y-axis, the vertical y, okay? Look where 0 is and look where negative 4 is. Is it below the 0 or is it above the 0? Are we looking carefully, guys? I said above is positive, so negative 4 has to be there. It's below the 0, guys. Do we know where the 0 is? The 0 is over there. There's our 0. So if you want a negative y value, you have to go below. Okay. It cannot be in the middle. Oh, you're saying the 0. Yes, the 0 is in the middle, Bushe. So if we're looking for a negative y value, remember y is the vertical one, the up and down one. We're looking for a negative y value, then it has to be below. Do we see? Lesego, do you have a question?
Ma'am, the 0, do we call it a 0 or does it have a specific name?
It's just a 0. You can call it the origin if you want, but you can it's just the 0.00.
All right, thank you.
All right. So now that we have identified where the 0 is, guys, or the origin, you have to look below. So now I have found, oh, it was negative 3, not negative 4. Let me plot the proper point. It was negative 3. Okay, so my negative 3s go that way, and my 4 goes that way. And that is where they meet. So that would be the point B. Hopefully we're all still with me. Now, I'm gonna ask you guys to identify the point coordinates, essentially, of all of these points. So A, B, C, D, and E, I need you guys to give me coordinates. Hands up, please. If you're too shy, you can put it in the chat. All right. Come on, we are keeping a positive attitude. All right, before I just put this up, we cannot already complain. We must try first. Okay, so let's start with, okay, if you put your hand up, just tell me which one you want to do. Tando?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
I wanna do A.
A. Okay, let's hear
Yes, ma'am.
A. What's the coordinates for A?
Okay, so I think it's 3, 4. Positive 3 and positive 4.
Beautiful, Tana. That is correct. That was awesome. Okay, guys, if you're wondering how Tando got 3 and 4, you start at A, move sideways until you touch the y-axis. So my y coordinate is 4. And then you go to A and you move down until you touch the x-axis, and it touches the x-axis at 3. So since my coordinates are always written in the form x, y, you put the 3 because it's on the x first, and you put your 4 because it's on the y second. See, guys, it's not that bad. Come on. Let's have more confidence in ourselves. Let's hear. Who's next? Farida.
Ma'am, I'd like to do B.
Okay, let's go for it.
It's negative 3 and 2.
Negative 3, 2. Beautiful. That was brilliant. Thank you. Okay, let's see who's next. Kanye. Kanyisile?
Ma'am, I'd like to do D.
D. Okay, let me write D.
Ma'am, D is 6x, and then ma'am, the y-axis is -3.
Thank you. So 6 and -3. Beautiful. That was beautiful. Kanyisile?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, let's hear Oral Dean.
Hello, ma'am. Can I please do C?
Okay, let's go for it.
It's -2 and -4.
-2, -4. You guys are great at this. Thank you very much, Oral Dean. Are there anyone's left? Oh, there's E. Oh, let's see if anyone knows what E is. Zoom user. Who's Zoom user? Tell us your name first.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. What's your name?
Raven.
Raven. Okay, I have changed it for you. Yes, Raven.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, X is 0 and Y is 0.
Beautiful. Didn't catch you out at all. You knew exactly what you're doing. Thank you, Raven.
Pleasure, ma'am.
Okay, so do we see, guys, how we find and plot points? If you have a question, I want to lower all hands now. Everyone who's confused, raise your hand now. I know, Chichi, it's not as bad, right? It's not as bad. Everyone who's confused, raise it. There we go. Ivile?
Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand how you found the coordinates in the negative side.
You just look at the number. Let's look at B, okay? So you draw a line from B until it touches the x-axis. Where does it touch the x-axis? What's the number there?
3.
Is it a 3?
It's a negative. It's a 2.
Look, we're going down. Remember the x-axis, not the y, the one that's going this way. We're going down. Where does it touch?
It touches the -3, I think.
There we go. Do you see where we got the negative coordinate from?
Yes.
Yeah. Even with C, if you check with C, we're going up until it touches the x-axis. Where does C touch the x?
-2.
-2. And then where does C touch y? We're going right until it touches x. I mean y.
-4.
There we go. Do you see now how we got negative coordinates?
Yes, ma'am.
There we go. Okay, let's see. I'm taking more questions. Sianda, Mulebogeng, Sita, we need you to really put your hands up so that we can explain to you. Come on. Sianda.
Ma'am, I'm new to this class, so I don't really understand everything that's going on currently.
We're just doing a lesson. Everyone is doing this for the first time today, Sianda. Where did I lose you?
What do you mean? I don't understand your question.
Where exactly did I confuse you? Do you understand how to plot points?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So we have coordinates, okay? They are written in the form x, semicolon, and y, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
So if I have a 2, 4, I'm telling you that x is 2 and y is 4. Are you with me so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if x is 2, which one is the x? Is it the one going from left to right or the one going up, down? Look in the sketch.
It's the one going left to right.
Left to right. So if x is 2, you go to the one that goes left to right and you look for 2. There's 2 there. Do you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful. Now you go to here's our 2. Your y-axis. If you're looking for y has to be 4. Are we looking up, down, or left, right?
Up, down.
Up, down. So there's our 4. Do you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you're going to draw a horizontal line going through your 4. Just a dotted line faintly, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you're going to draw one going up, down through your 2. There, do you see where they meet?
Yes, ma'am.
That's the coordinates 2, 4.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Thank you, ma'am.
So when we're looking for coordinates, let's look at A. Okay, now we're working backwards. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So now there already is a point there. So you have to draw the line through that point, see where it touches the X, and
Yes,
then
ma'am.
draw another line through that point, see where it touches the Y. Where does A touch your X?
At 3 and 4.
There we go. Do you see where we got this 3, 4?
Yes, ma'am.
There we go. I hope I found you. I hope I've helped you a bit. Yeah.
Yes, you did. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, everyone that was confused, I hope my additional explanation has helped you a little bit. Moleboheng,
Yes, ma'am.
what is your question?
Ma'am, I don't understand where you get 0 and 0 and number E.
Okay, there's number E over there. What's the number there?
1.
In the middle. No,
the
1 is
middle.
over there. Do you see there? There's 1 and there's 1. So what's before 1? We're counting in ones, right?
Yes.
So what's before 1?
0.
And also going up, what's before 1?
0.
Do you see where we got it?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Yes.
I feel like more of us are understanding a little bit better now, which is beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and, okay, first I'm going to get rid of this. We're going to go ahead and fill our table. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. Fill in our table. Okay, we provided a table there, and then plot the graph. That's all we're going to do. So we're still doing multiple forms of representation. Remember last time we were just going from flowchart to formula to table. This time we're just introducing the same concept, but using graphs. So let's first fill in my table. The formula for this table has been given to us. Y is equal to 5 minus X. So what? Let's hear. My output for -3. Anyone? Remember, you substitute -3 where there is an X. Okay. Yes, Mpo?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Well, I'm fine because I want to answer.
Let's hear.
So where to substitute 5 minus brackets -3? It will actually turn it into a plus.
Yes, it will. I wanted to see if you know that.
Yeah.
So what's the final answer?
It's 8.
Beautiful. Thank you. Well, it's going to be 5 plus 3, which is 8. Okay, we have our first output. That's 8. What's our next one, guys? What's our next output? Anybody? There we go. Can you see it?
Ma'am, our next output is going to be 5 minus brackets -2.
Which is?
7.
Thank you very much. That was beautiful. Can you see it? Okay, let's see what Sia has to say. Sia, what's our next output?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
So the answer is going to be y is equals to 5 minus brackets -1. Then you close the brackets. Then we're going to say y is equals to 5 plus 1, and then equals to 6.
Beautiful, Sia. We're doing so well. I love this. Okay. Are there any other people who are going to answer outputs? Nope, there's no more hands. So let's do it in the chat. It's okay. What's my next output? Amahle says 5, because it's going to be y equals 5 minus 0, which is indeed 5. What's my next output? Y equals 5 minus 1. And y equals 5 minus 3. Okay, let's hear. Oh, hands went up. I saw a hand. I'm not sure if you don't go to reactions. If you want to raise your hand, go to reactions and then tell us. Yeah. Makati, go to reactions and then raise your hand from there. Okay. Sibusi Siwe. Sibusi Siwe. Unmute, my dear. Okay. Makati. Press speak if you're on your phone. Okay, that's fine. These are my points. Okay, guys. So now we're gonna have to make. Oh, I should probably fill them in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. So now we need coordinates, right? We need coordinates from the points that you just gave me. So I'm going to give you guys the first coordinates. The first coordinate is going to be -3, 8. Because remember, we always write coordinates. I will always keep reminding you this. X, Y. Input, semicolon, your output. Okay. So give me my other coordinates. What's my second coordinate? Okay, hand went up. Mahati, can you still not unmute? Nope. Neo?
-27.
It's. Be careful, it's not just 2. It's -2. Do you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
There we go. Thank you, Neo. Let's hear Novoyo.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, can I give you the coordinates for the next one?
Let's hear.
Ma'am, it's -1, semicolon 6.
-1 and 6. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's hear. Sia.
Ma'am, the next one is 0, semicolon, and 5.
0 and 5. Thank you, Sia. Okay, who's next? Tobile.
Ma'am, it's +1, semicolon, +4.
Okay, 1 and 4. Thank you. Let's hear who's
Thank
next.
you, ma'am.
Farida.
Ma'am, the next one is +2, semicolon, +3.
Thank you. And we have our one last coordinate. Let's hear what Kanye has to say again. Kanye?
Ma'am, I wanted to do it, ma'am, but it's fine.
Okay, just tell me my last coordinates, please.
Ma'am, it's 3, semicolon 2.
Thank you very much, Kanye. Semicolon 2. Now we're going to draw the graph. Okay, guys, we're going to start. See, we have our Cartesian plane. It is all in order. The horizontal one is our x-axis. Vertical one is our y-axis. We just learned this, okay? Remember to mute yourself. There we go. Now we're going to plot these points. Okay? So I'm going to plot them in red so that we can see them clearly. Now the first one, I'm going to go to -3 on my x-axis, which is over there, and 8 on my y-axis, which is over there. Where do they meet? If I do this, they meet over There, that's my first point, okay? So I'm going to erase these lines because they're going to start getting messy. Once I've established where they meet, I can just draw in my point. That's point A, done, okay? No, it's -3, -3, -3, sorry guys. 1, 2, 3. There's point number 1. Okay, it's giving me OCD because it doesn't want to be around. There we go. Point number 2 says you go from -2 to 7. Boop. You plot your point. That one's done. Point number 3 says you go from -1 and then you go up until you reach 6, and that is where they meet. All right? Done. Next one says you start from 0, you go up until you meet 5. Done. 1 until 4. Done. I'm going to take questions just now. Okay. There we go from 2 to 3. Done. And 3 up to 2. And we're done. Now, this is not a graph. This is just a bunch of points that we have nothing to do, like we can't do anything with them. So I'm going to use a proper line to join these points. And there we go. That was a terrible line. Where's this thing going? I don't understand why my computer is not cooperating. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to insert it again. Line from there. Why is it? Okay, it's fine. I'll fix it just now. Let's move this line to go where I want it to be. Okay. I feel like I would have had better luck just drawing this line with my hand, which is exactly what I'm going to try to do. If anyone judges me, I'll scream. In your school, obviously, you're going to use a ruler. Ooh, it's already bad. Yo, guys. Come on now. Somebody help me. Save me. There we go. Pretend that's a straight line. Woo! Pretend that's a straight line. That was a lot of work for me. Okay, so then you have your graph. Was that bad? Do we understand how to plot a graph from equations? So if you're given an equation, you find your coordinates and you plot your graphs. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you don't understand, ask me a specific question so I can help you quickly. Not bad, right? It's not bad. Not bad at all. I really tried. See, I really tried. Obviously, in a test or like if you're doing your homework, you'll have a ruler, and I can't do that in those cases. Oh, I do have a ruler. Let's see if it works. Let's see if this works. And then what? Okay. Okay. Let's experiment with my ruler here, guys. Okay, I don't see the point of this ruler. It's not doing anything for me. Nope, sucks. Never mind. Brackets thing is still in my mind. Good. You better remember my brackets. What don't you get, Tando? Please ask specific questions. And don't spam the chat, please. Don't send more than one message. We can see your messages. Tando, put your hand up, please, and ask a specific question so I can help you. In the meantime, I'm glad that everybody else is sort of with me, understands what I'm doing. That is wonderful. There we go. Okay. Okay, if there's no other questions besides Tando. Tando, when you are ready, you can ask questions. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so that we can take our screenshots. How's that? I'm going to zoom out a little bit while I get Tando a chance if he or she wants to ask a question still. There we go. Yeah. Just pretend everything fits on one page. There we go. There's the working out. I'll scroll down again for you to get a screenshot of the Cartesian thing. How's that? If we get fractions, how do we do it? Usually, you will have a grid that allows you to use fractions. Tabang, for instance, okay, I'm gonna take an example right now. Let me use an example for you. For instance, if you have a point that says 1.5, you know that 1.5 has to be between 1 and 2, about halfway. So that would be there. So then whatever you plot will have to be at 1.5 and like maybe 2, so it will be there. So it is a good question because it is possible that you will get. What if the line in the test is not straight? You probably did not plot the points correctly. So I would suggest that you go back and you plot them again. Maybe, especially if you have like 1 or 2 lines that are off the line, then you know that maybe you made a mistake when calculating or plotting. For now, yes. Right now we're doing linear. We have not started parabolas, okay? Those are in grade 10. So for now, it will always be a straight line. If you take mathematics next year, we will be doing parabolas and it will be curved graphs. So start complicating your lives. Tando? Tando? If you're on the phone, please swipe and press speak. Okay, I'm guessing everyone is done with my screenshots, with the screenshotting. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of a brain break. It's a very short brain break. I'm giving you guys a heads up now because we don't have time. I don't have time for this. Okay, would you rather have a time machine or a teleporter? So to teleport is to go from one place to another in a flash. So would you guys rather have a time machine or would you rather be able to teleport? Let's hear what people have to say. Sibu Sisiwe, let's see what you have to say. Nope. Okay, Sia?
Oh, ma'am, I'd rather have a time machine.
Where do you want to go? To the future or past?
Actually, both. So when I make a mistake, I can go back in time and fix it.
I see,
And hope I don't mess with the timeline. So
yeah, you're gonna mess with the timeline.
go to the future and fix it.
You're gonna mess with the timeline. Yeah, okay. So Sia would rather have a time machine. I see some people would rather teleport to places. Guys, I'd rather teleport simply because I like staying in bed as long as I can. So if I can like shower and immediately be at work, woo, I would be so happy, guys. I would be so happy. Novuya, what would you rather have?
I would rather be able to teleport.
Same. Imagine like at school and like it's break and you just decide you want to go have lunch in Paris. Guys, imagine.
Yes, and then you can just go from school to anywhere else but not school.
Literally.
And come back.
Yeah, I'd rather have that as well. I understand you.
Act as if nothing happened.
Exactly. With what money? You don't need money, guys. That's the point of a teleporter. Okay. Next one. Would you rather have a pause or a rewind button in your life? Let's hear. Would you rather have a pause or a rewind button in your life? Let's hear what people have to say. Rewind. Hey, people want to rewind. What have you guys been doing? Why do you want to rewind? Do you want to, like, when you fail, you're like, let me go back and actually study? Is that what you guys want? Ivile?
Ma'am, I'd rather unwind.
Rewind. To go where? Why? Just pause. I would really rather pause, guys. Huiti, let's hear what Huiti has to say.
Ma'am. I'd rather rewind.
You guys like rewinding. Where are you going with this rewind button? I don't understand.
What are you gonna do while you pause? What's gonna happen?
If you see something in the test that you don't know, you just pause and go look. Just let everyone can stop and wait for you to go do your stuff. And then
That
you
makes
come back.
sense, but what if you see your test, then rewind to the day before and then study for everything in the test?
But then you're like counting on the fact that you still remember everything in the test. And remember, when you rewind, you can't like fast forward. So you must rewind, live that day, only to get to the next one. Do you see what I mean?
I see
Like,
your point. I would still rewind though.
yeah, I would pause. I'd be like, okay, I see the test right now. I mean, you're pausing everyone else, and then you fill in all the answers, and then you come back and just continue life. Okay, guys, I want to hear what Chichi says about the last one. Would you rather have a mullet for a year or be bald for 6 months? You either have a terrible hairstyle or no hair at all. Chichi. What does Chichi say? A mullet. Chichi ditched me after I asked Chichi a question, an important one. No wigs, guys. You either have a mullet or you have no hair at all. What would you do? Well, let my head shine. Malanje. What's a mullet? It's a hairstyle where like you cut a little bit short here and then you shave on the sides, but you leave the back really long. Like it's a weird hairstyle. Malwandle. Chichi's back. Chichi, would you rather have a mullet or no hair at all? Let's hear. Yes, Chichi. Network. There we go.
Yeah, I would rather have none. No, I'm willing for a year or be bald. None.
Like, so you'd rather have a mullet?
No.
Or you'd rather
None.
be bald? Is that what you said?
My poor hair.
No, guys.
My bald
guys,
head
a
will be
mullet is
exposed to the
terrible. Have you guys seen a mullet? When you're done here, you must go Google mullet and tell me what you think in the next lesson. If you're still keeping your, maybe the mullet can start. How? You know you can't tie this part. Like it's just, yeah, you look like a bird, but it's fine. Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, guys. So now we're gonna find points on a graph that has already been plotted. We already did factorization just before this. We did algebraic expressions and equations, okay? So you can go and check the YouTube or videos on the website. Okay. Now, I'm trying to make this bigger because I see it's a little bit small and we might struggle to see it. Okay, so here's a graph. It's already been plotted. Now I need to tell you to tell me where x is -2, what is my y value? Do we remember how to do this? I hope so. I made it too big. Where x is -2, what is my y value? First, you have to look for where is x -2? It's over there. So what is my y value for that point? Yes, Chantal.
Ma'am, our y-axis will be -3.
However, yes, because you go down, this is the point we're looking at. We go to the side until we touch the y. That means it will be at -3. Okay, guys, we're going back to the lesson, please. We already did algebraic expressions, all right? We already did it. We're going back to the lesson now. Everyone in the chat, focus. Okay? And then when my x value is -1, tell me what my y value is. What is my y value when x is -1? Can you see it?
Ma'am, it's -1. The y
Yes,
is -1.
Beautiful. Can you see it? Thank you. Then next, if my x is 0, what is my y value? Yes, Tando, I like how you wrote it. as a coordinate. X is 0, Karabo says Y is 1, and that is correct. They have written it for us here. Okay, if you could pay attention. That's correct. Remember, we don't spam the chat. You only send your answer or question once. Okay, and then when X is 1, what is my Y value? Three. And the last one, when X is 2, what is my Y value? When X is 2, my Y value is what? 5. Now, if you look here, guys, we can find the formula for this graph. Okay, the same way we did the other time. From -3 to 1 is +2, +2, +2. So 2 is our multiplier. You're going to have 2 times x equals, okay? But now I want to test it with the input of -1. For those of you who weren't in the previous lesson or the number patterns lesson, please go watch that to understand what's going on now. Now I'm just pressed for time, so I want us to hurry up. So if I test it with -1, it's going to give me -2. Now that's not the output I'm looking for. The output I'm looking for is -1. So I'm going to have to add 1 to get to -1. So therefore, my formula will have to be 2x plus 1 equals y. Now let's test it with 0. 2 times 0 plus 1 equals 1. That's the correct output. 2 times 2 plus 1 equals 5. That's the correct output. Do we see how we can use these things interchangeably? Going from graph to table to formula to flowchart. Do we see how easy it is, guys? Do we see how easy it is? And I'm going to have to end the lesson there